On the outside, Gesicki makes the catch and fights his way for a first down. Quick setup and throw. T. Higgins, a thing of beauty. Second down, less than one. Burrow. Gesicki down near the 35. There he is again. And
expect Joe Burrow to complete a lot of passes, which he has.
First career start for Trice. That's Chase, and what a start for Cincinnati. Working it. Wilson has to pull it down, and down he goes, Hendrickson. Ball's coming out in under 2 seconds now. This time he has to hang on to it, buys some time, and comes underneath the Higgins. Was looking deep with Chase downfield. Here's Herbert. Khalil with a nice hole to run through. He's able to take it to the 35 and get 8. Extra men on the rush, and the ball is out. Recovered by Herbert. It's fourth down. And York knocks it through. Najee Harris stumbles as he crossed the 30 and somehow Wilson down the sideline, and the catch is made. What a grab by Mike Williams, and he got both feet down. Fantastic.
That's amazing.
And on third and long, a 26-yard completion at the end of the first quarter. And some life for the Steelers.
They had success against this Cincinnati defense the last time these two teams met.
Najee Harris bends it back, cuts upfield, and gets 11.
Definitely are able to view that, and he did have a grab of the left arm.
Najee Harris is in for the touchdown for Pittsburgh.
Broken right hand, you know, so Cody Ford toughening it up out there at right tackle.
3rd and 3. Burrow is sacked. Brought down by Preston Smith.
Volson then makes the start at left guard, and he gives up the sack to Preston Smith.
Ryan Rico, the rookie, hits a beauty. Back at the 25 is Calvin Austin. Ball's out. The ball came out, and in Cincinnati, it looks like they're on it.
Yeah, it's Cincinnati ball for sure.
And they've got it.
I think we might be done with Cody Ford for the night.
1st and 15. Honey, get in here. They're talking about him again. On the sideline, what a nice grab by Yosivash. Quick throw, and that is in the air and picked off on the deflection.
Jamar Chase.
Mike Hilton batted that ball. That's just the 3rd completion by Russell Wilson in the half as he gets Freiermuth, who's got a first down and gets out of bounds with 1:01 remaining. 2 timeouts remain for the Steelers. And Russell Wilson will get the first down. Timeout. See if the Steelers actually run a play. And they will. And the handoff was to Warren, and they're going to give him a first down. Burrow. Higgins. What a catch. 3rd down and goal. Burrow. End zone. Chase off his hands with Trice covering him. And it's a 6-point game. Steelers only have 8 first downs in the game. 7 of them came on their 1 touchdown.
Defense has been a little bit vulnerable here in this game.
Only 1 target tonight for Pickens. Here is an incompletion for Austin on the diving try. and they would be the number 7 seed. Good protection. T. Higgins makes the catch on Pittsburgh's side of the 50. Good for 15. Second down and 7 here. Burrow, Gesicki, and a first down.
Higgins means, and it's just a foregone conclusion in everyone's mind. Chase will get his deal.
Here's Jamar. Makes the catch. Made Queen miss. Trying to get through this game without their top back, Chase Brown, who's out with an injured ankle. That means Herbert, and Khalil picks up the first down as he gets 6. Herbert gets away from the rookie. That was Peyton Wilson. Burrow is under pressure and sacked. Back just inside the 20 by Nick Herbig. 2 for 2 on the night. And a nice night for the second-year pro from LSU.
As well as Von Bell, and that's why Jordan Battle then got his opportunity to play.
They're down at 8. Aired out for Pickens. Couldn't hang on. Had it for a moment. Get an update from Lisa. We see Burrow back in the game. Herbert with a good carry here to start the drive. Lisa, what went on? There's Sample again. Catch number 4. He's a yard short of a first down. Good protection. Sideline shot, and that's Chase. For Pittsburgh. Burrow, sideline. Little back shoulder, and a catch. Beautiful grab by Jamar Chase. Blitz coming from the Steelers. Burrow picks his way through and is able to get it to Hudson. Tanner Hudson sets up first and goal. Passes complete. Burrow, end zone, incomplete with Gesicki the target.
Had to make a stop there to have any opportunity.
This to make it a 12-point game from York. He's had a nice night. After missing a 33-yard try in overtime that would have...
He shouldn't have caught it. The ball was away from him, but you got to complete those passes.
Again, it's Jefferson. Almost... Harris broke a tackle of Akeem Davis-Gaither and ends up getting another Pittsburgh first down.
He hadn't made the plays.
A bobble by Wilson, who's now just going to go, and there's some room. Slides down inside the 20 with a first down.
Sees a crease. He's able to get some good yards, pick up the first down.
It's the longest rush of the game. Wide open is Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. They're back in it. Seeing now, that was a good drive.
Yeah, it was. They play quarters coverage to this side, and that's the weakness in it. If you got a guy going vertical, he ties up both the corner.
Pressure off the edge. Highsmith can't get there. Pass is complete for a first down. Third down and 14. Short of first down yardage is Gesicki. Wilson broke a tackle, floats it for Pickens, incomplete.
Everywhere else. I mean, every indication is work to that side, and he's your best receiver on top of it.
Waitman on this windy night hits one that might have hit one of the Bengals, and the indication is, as the officials get together, it's Pittsburgh's ball. Second and 10. Freiermuth out of bounds near another first down.
He's just kind of been a spot player for this Steelers team.
Wilson in trouble and sacked by Hendrickson. His second tonight. Trying to get Pittsburgh to have to get back into field goal range in their with a completion to the tight end. Freiermuth brought down by Von Bell. 54-yard try. Boswell has been amazing. Chase is short of the first down. 3rd down and 3. 4-man rush. Burrow in trouble. Tripped up and down he goes. Keanu Benton got him. 3rd down and 3. 4-man rush. Burrow in trouble. Tripped up and down he goes. Keanu Benton got him. Over the middle. Freiermuth. First down with a ball at the Pittsburgh 42, a gain of 17.
They took advantage of Akeem Davis-Gaither.
You need about 24 more yards or so to give Boswell a chance. Wilson takes the hit. They still have a timeout remaining. Wilson is sacked by Hendrickson again.
They got to use the timeout.
Four-man rush. Wilson for Pickens. They can't connect. 15 seconds left. 4th down and 12. Wilson incomplete for Freiermuth. And Cincinnati will take over, and Freiermuth could not make the catch on a good throw from Wilson.
Oh my gosh, Freiermuth has had a heck of a night. 8 catches, over 80 yards receiving on the night. He's been the one bright spot offensively, and this ball couldn't have been thrown any better. It's a good route. They get Akeem Gaither again, or excuse me, they get Jermaine Pratt in coverage, and he runs a good route. The ball is right there, and he's just not able to secure it.
And a 5-game winning streak to end the year for Cincinnati. Will it be enough? They need a Kansas City win over Denver tomorrow and a Jets win or tie against Miami.
Big man. And this is the Steelers official app for tips on making your trip.
But credit to Zach Taylor for the job he did with his team at 4-8 to win the final 5 games and have a chance, if it breaks right tomorrow, to get into the postseason.